I'm Kendra.
I'm Heather.
And welcome to Matchmakers of Makeup. Yay!
You look tan.
I do look tan. I think it's because you're white.
Sorry. Sorry about that.
Like, I just kind of have a little bit of a glow all year long.
Well, yeah, but normally you don't. I just happen to glance. I didn't mean to just
I
spout
don't
it
have
out.
makeup on today.
I don't either.
Maybe my makeup usually makes me look lighter. I don't know.
Anyway, whatever.
Anyway, today we are going to talk about some really awkward first dates that we've had.
Yeah, these have been a while back. It wasn't anything recent, but
Yeah, but
we were saving them.
we were brainstorming and we're like, you know what? I think it's time for some of these.
Yeah.
And then we also wanted to talk about just our base makeup. Normally we do a lot of eyeshadows, and today we're gonna go step by step through our base makeup as we're telling stories.
Woohoo!
Yeah! All right, Heather, start us out. What are we doing?
I really want a hair bow, but forget it. We're
Well,
gonna go hair bowless. Do you have a
I
hair
do.
bow?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing we need to do is, if you've already done most of your like routine, right? You should be to the point where you're ready to put like serum and moisturizer on your face.
Yes.
Right? Kendra?
Yes. So this is what we use for our moisturizer.
Part of it.
Yes.
It makes our face actually moisturized, like water-wise.
Yeah.
Before we put the.
It's the thermal spring water. Yeah.
We like
So
it.
I love this stuff, and it's also good if you don't have water near you to put on your little spongy friends.
Okay.
So, I'm not good at this because I just got into makeup like in the last 6 months. So you tell me what we do first.
Spray yourself with that.
All right, ready?
Mhm.
Oh, it's cold. It's cold.
Spray me too, spray me.
Woo! Brace yourself. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then you let it dry. And then we're gonna put our serum on.
Oh, I love the serum. I love the serum, you guys. So we put it on for our video the other day, and it made my face just feel so soft and just hydrated. It was amazing.
That's the point. It hydrates it. It's
Yeah.
like uber hydration.
So this was the one we were telling you guys about, the Glow Recipe Plum Plump Hyaluronic Serum, Deep Hydration and Glow. This is the one that she got at Sephora. That was a little pricey, but you know, splurge. Yeah.
But okay, seriously, you just use a couple pumps for like one whole day. So,
Oh, so good,
and
though.
it'll last the whole day. So, yeah. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let that dry.
So one of the awkward dates that I went on back in, oh gosh, was it July or August? This is when we first started getting onto the dating scene, right? And I went out with this guy. He actually
Use moisturizer next. Keep talking.
He was from Facebook, so this was like pre-dating sites, right? And very cute, really nice guy, had an amazing job, 2 kids, like seemed legit normal, right? And so I'm like, okay, like I'll go out. Like, I talk to a lot of guys, but honestly, it takes a lot for me to say yes to a date, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, and totally me too. And I'm probably more apt to say yes than Kendra is, honestly.
Yes. Like, I've probably gone on half the dates that she has here in the last couple months, honestly.
But I haven't had relations in a long time. Let's just,
Neither
I'm just
have I.
throwing it out there.
Me neither. Not since micro penis for me. That's been a little while.
Yeah.
Obviously, it wasn't that good either, so there's that. But anyway.
I don't know why I went there. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, I go out with this guy. He picks me up. We decide we're gonna go, just kind of go for a walk, get to know each other. And so we're walking just downtown here in our small little town. It's kind of quaint. They've got street lights that are like the old-timey lights. So
yeah.
we're walking around, and the dude keeps pulling rolls out his pocket. Like, not even the good kind, like not even the Texas Roadhouse rolls.
They weren't even like Hawaiian rolls, were
No. I mean, if they were Texas rolls with the butter, of course, or Hawaiian
But
rolls.
who would have the butter in their pocket?
Well, if they got the little container, I mean, who would have rolls
first
in their
of-
pocket?
I mean, come on. Yeah, I don't care what kind they are. You're not going to want to be with somebody who carries bread in his pocket.
Exactly. Like,
Anyway.
are you happy to see me?
Such a bread. Instead of Lord have mercy.
So
Yeah.
anyway, he's munching on these rolls.
he didn't offer you one, did he?
Sure. I couldn't even sure. Like, what if I was hungry?
What if
You know?
would you have said yes to bread?
Gosh,
To
no.
pocket rows? I mean,
Never.
that just sounds
Never.
weird.
But
Give me your
it's
finger.
the thought that counts. Like, just one finger.
We're gonna put this oil right under our eyes.
Okay. I don't know if I know what oil is.
We're gonna put
Can you tell 'em what oil
this
Oil.
oil right under
Tell
our
them what
eyes.
it's called, Heather. Or do I need to read it? Hold it and I'll read it.
I don't have my glasses.
Okay, it's the Earth Harbor Helios Anti-Pollution Youth Ampicil. We'll go with that. It's kind of hard to say.
Either way, it's red algae plant stem cells.
Oh, I love stem cells.
And so it's just...
Well, they're supposed to... They're renewing.
They are, but all I can think of is like
Christopher Reeves.
No, oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, he did the stem cell thing, right?
But wasn't there years and years and years ago? Wasn't there this thing where like stem cell research was from like aborted baby fetuses or something? That's the only thing I think of when somebody says stem cells.
Nasty. Yeah.
Right. It's not that. It's plant.
Not
this
that.
is plant stem cells.
Plant stem cells.
And I don't think plants can have abortions, so it's all good.
I don't know. I don't know, Heather.
I don't even know what I'm saying. Let me just dry my face.
So, anyway, we go from the roll walk. We decided we're going to go to the movies.
Because, you know, after he pulled out the bread, she's like, yeah, let's keep dating. Let's keep talking.
I am a nice enough girl that I try really hard to make it to the end of the date, at least, before I jet.
Okay.
Doesn't always happen, but I try because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
I get that. No, I get it. I get it.
So,
we don't need oil because we didn't. We don't need eye cream because we did oil. Just let this dry.
Okay, let this dry. So we end up going to the movie theater. At this point, he realizes like things are off. Like he knows that I'm not really digging him at this point, and doesn't even buy me popcorn. Doesn't even buy me a drink. Doesn't even bring me
because
rolls.
he was full. He ate all the bread.
He was full. So he reaches for my hand as we're walking in the theater, and I rejected it.
Poor guy. Was it all buttery?
I don't know. I didn't try to find out. So once we get in there, we're walking towards the front. The dude gets down in front of the entire theater, gets down on one knee, and professes his love. In front of the movie theater, there's at least 50 people in there already. I was mortified.
And this is in our town. It's not like it's in, you know, Cedar or like a bigger town where you didn't know anybody.
Like I knew people. Like this was embarrassing.
I mean, people we know were in like the little previews they have up there. I mean, it's everybody.
I mean, it was semi-dark in there, but people knew who I was. Like they knew what was happening. They're like, oh Lord, that Kendra girl's getting another guy to profess his love.
They probably thought at first he was proposing.
I did. I was like, who is it, weirdo?
Yeah.
Getting out on his knees.
Right?
No. So needless to say, we did not meet again.
That was the end of that guy.
Ended up blocking him. He's on one of my blocked list. Mm-hmm. Rightfully so.
Right, I agree. Okay, so the oil doesn't totally dry. Anyway, so we're going to put some concealer on.
Okay.
This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD because it's super moisturizing. Mm-hmm. It'll stay all day and it won't crease.
Yes. It will.
No, it's not supposed to. But.
No, it will stay all day, I mean.
Oh.
I hope it doesn't crease.
And you could use a brush or whatever, but for the sake of the video, I'm using my finger for right now. I'm going to use my sponge on my, because I do 2 coats of concealer. I do another one after my foundation.
Yeah,
because I
just started doing that. I don't know.
My circles are so dark.
Me too. My mom always called them allergy shiners when I was little. I don't know if that's accurate.
That doesn't even make a sense.
Well, because when you have allergies, a lot of times you'll get dark circles under your eyes.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Okay. I just thought it was either because you were sleepy or you're sickly. I guess that would count as sickly. Or you're owed, you know.
Well, you know. We
or all
those
the
going
above, right?
Us.
Okay. Okay. So, are you going next or am I?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. So this is a really weird one. It happened a long time ago. When maybe I wasn't as nice as I am now.
There was a time you weren't nice.
There was. So maybe I was appalled. So
what are we doing after this before we get?
We're letting it dry. You gotta let it dry.
Even the concealer?
Well, you don't want to go wet on wet, or you're just gonna move it.
I do look tan.
You do, right?
Cute.
It's the glare or whatever.
Hey.
I know, right? Party girl. So if you put wet on wet, it'll just move the bottom layer around. You want it to actually dry on your skin first.
Okay.
So the next thing we're gonna do after that is foundation, though.
Okay.
So I will get a foundation brush. Why? I'm just gonna lean forward, y'all. Don't mind me. Where's the brush? There it is. Okay, so I had talked to this guy. We texted and did online stuff for a while. I don't remember where I met him. This was before my ex-husband, so like
it's been a bit.
Yeah. And let's see. We decided we're gonna meet for dinner, and we had texted a long time, and it was going well. But when we first got to the restaurant, before we ordered food or anything. Like, he was waiting at the table. I walked in and we did the hi, how are you? I kind of hugged him because I'm a hugger. And then
I'm not a hugger.
I am. If I have to talk to somebody for a while, I'll hug them right away, you know. Just
maybe, I guess, just to get the awkwardness out of the way.
Yeah, it does. It really helps.
Usually
break the ice.
they actually go in for the hug.
Do they?
I think it's a guy thing.
Oh no, I go in for it first. I don't even give them a chance.
Man, yeah.
Because I just want to get that awkwardness out of the way.
I don't know.
Well, maybe that's just me.
That's just you.
Touchy feeling kind of girl. Either way, so I hug him and I go to sit down and he's like, wait a minute, let me just look at you, which is awkward, right? And then and then he takes my hand and I thought he was gonna kiss it. Okay. And he didn't kiss it.
Did he put it down his pants?
That would have been really awkward. No, he held it like he was gonna kiss it and he licked it. He licked from my wrist to the tip of my finger.
Ew, that's gross.
So I wasn't nice. I was like, I gave him like that look, like I was mortified. And he said, and he kind of looked it back at me. And he's like, are you okay? And I just said, I can't do this. And I turned around and I left.
Well, I can't say that I blame you.
And I blocked him. I blocked him right away. And then I showered immediately. Because that's nasty. Who just licked your hand? Think of all the places I touched between the last time I bathed and his lips touched my hand.
Well, think of where his tongue's been.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. Like, no thank you.
That's just gross. I mean, that's just, I don't know if he thought that was like a turn on.
Maybe his last girlfriend was turned on by that.
Can I just lick your hand? I mean, I'm not going to, it's strange.
Right? Like,
so, yeah.
Like, let's just start this date off on the right foot. Let me get a little taste of your hand.
It's really
See where
weird.
you've been.
And yeah. And he seemed absolutely normal to that point.
They all seem to. I mean, bread roll guy did too.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's the end of that. Really short and sweet because I didn't even stay. I just left.
Mm-hmm.
At this point now, I'd like to say I'd stay because I'm a nice girl. I don't know that I would.
That one's a little much. That's
That's
a
not
little
a way to start things off. Okay.
No.
Go for it, girl.
So, another one that I had an encounter with, he was a little different talking to, but he was still really nice, very complimentary. Again, background check came back okay.
So this is post background check starting.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we decided we're going to meet up for lunch. I decided to do lunch this time because I'm saving supper for the extra special gentleman.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. We're doing coffee. We're doing lunch. And maybe if you're lucky, we'll do supper. Yeah.
And then like a nightcap? If you're uber lucky?
Yeah.
Is that what you're going for?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, just checking.
So I haven't had a lot. I mean, I just started this whole thing where I'm doing the coffee and the lunches first. And then the second date, I'll do a supper. Like, if you're worth a supper date, you know?
Or maybe if they're, let's be honest, if they have their wits about them and realize that eating is not what you want to do on a date, you want
Right.
something exciting, then that'll be better.
Well,
Anyway.
you know, I try to kind of, you know, bring that up as we're talking. Because most people we usually talk to for at least a couple of weeks before the first date anyway.
Oh, heck yeah.
And I usually try to say, like, what would be your ideal first date? Run down the line of what they'd like.
And they all say food.
Oh my gosh.
They all
Do
say.
you need a movie? Like,
Nobody says movie to
really?
me. Nobody says movie to me. Maybe because I'm quick to say, don't say movie.
Yeah.
I do say that a lot.
And then they ask me, and I'm like, well, anything out of the ordinary, such as, you know,
I say that too.
skiing, tennis, let's go for a walk. Let's just, you know, not anything but dinner and a movie. So if they pick up on that, props to them, right?
Right.
So this guy, no, he didn't pick up on it.
No, not
He's
even
like,
a little.
let's go out to eat. And I'm like, okay, then let's do lunch, okay? Because, you know, my babysitter is not one that I'm going to use for supper unless I really like you. So we're doing lunch.
As one of the babysitters, I agree. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It's true. It's true. So we're sitting there, we're eating. He ends up talking about how he's Jewish. I asked a little bit more about his faith because I'm interested. I'm genuinely interested.
Right,
I
because
don't
I don't know
a
very
lot.
much about.
No,
I
me
don't know
neither.
much about the Jewish faith. I don't.
No. So he gets on this kick about circumcision. Uh-huh. And And he will not stop. He's talking about how, you know, the pros and cons, and about how, you know, he isn't circumcised and his best friend is.
Was his daddy circumcised? Probably not.
His daddy was not either.
Right, that makes, yeah.
And so, you know, it was a little TMI for my lunch date, honestly. And it wasn't just like a 30-second snippet. Like, this went on for probably 15 minutes.
That's
and that
crazy.
was the point where I was like, this is going to be a hard no. You don't get the supper date.
Because I could see if it was just...
Like, well, you know, circumcision's kind of a thing that a lot of us Jewish guys don't do. And then, leave it.
Right, unless you push the issue.
No, why would I talk? I don't even want to talk about that. Like, no, thank you.
Maybe he felt like he needed to get that out in the open, because maybe some girls, maybe some girls are frightened by uncircumcised dudes. I don't know, but 15 minutes is a long time.
It's a little too long, Heather. Little too long.
I agree. Okay, by now you should have your foundation on, y'all.
Yep, I got my foundation on.
And if you want to do an extra concealer like I do, now's your chance.
I will for now. Now
Okay.
you tell us your last story. This will be our last story for tonight as we're finishing up our extra concealer. And
Is that enough?
Yeah.
This one goes a long way. Okay, let me use the sponge for this one, so I'm going to spray my little sponge. I don't know if this is yours or mine.
It doesn't matter. We share most things. Except men. We don't share men.
we do not share men. Okay, so I'd been texting this guy for a while. This is a more recent one, right? And I'd been texting him for a while, and we decided to go out. And he needed me to pick him up last minute. Now, he had a car. It's not like Kendra's dude without a car.
Why you always gotta remind me of my mistakes?
It's not that it was a mistake, but he didn't have a car. I don't know why that bothers me so much.
It bothers me too. It bothers me too. But you know what? Love is blind.
It is, you're right.
But
I'm
I was
sorry.
way too blind on that one.
Yeah, that was a little much for the blonde.
He messaged me again today.
And did you do as we promised we would do?
Well, I blocked him once.
Did you block him again?
I didn't block his new account. So I blocked him. Did I tell him this? That I
No, but
blocked
you
him?
promised you would. Where'd that thing go? Here.
What are we looking for?
I got it. Go ahead.
So, you guys know the one guy, the one without the car that had the micro penis?
Yeah, they're one and the same.
Yeah. He, I blocked him, and then he created a new account on Facebook to, like, keep messaging me.
Because it was on your birthday he did that.
Yeah, but he keeps messaging.
I know. And so Kendra had promised that if he did it again, she would block him, because he is not very good for her mental health at this point,
No,
right?
Uh-uh.
But guess who did not block him as promised?
I'm going to.
No, she's not.
I am too. I don't answer, which takes a lot.
That's true. And I'm proud of that.
Yeah, I've made it that far.
Yeah. Good job. Okay, so.
Okay, so anyway, sorry.
Back
Side
on
story.
track. Yeah, it's like I'm not the one with ADHD. So I picked him up. He was just having car trouble.
Wait, what am I doing after my second concealer?
You're gonna let it dry.
Okay.
And then you're gonna take a powder,
Oh, yeah.
and you're just gonna put some powder to set under your eyes. And I don't put powder all over my face because
Crepey.
I'll get crepey because I'm elderly, let's be honest. And so I just put it under my eyes, like in my laugh spots where I might get oily.
Well, I got this new Bare Minerals powder.
Oh, I want to use that.
Yeah. It's going to be good.
Hold on. Let me find my little...
You should really put all your stuff up front so you don't have to, like, lean off the camera and, like,
And
knock
bump the
shit
thing.
around.
I forgot I needed this. Look. Where's your little thing?
I lost it.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, anyway.
Back on track. I picked him up. Everything was fine. We got to the restaurant to sit and eat. We talked. 10 minutes in, he starts telling me about this girl that he'd met just a couple days ago. I mean, he's going on and on about this girl.
So you're thinking, oh, it's just some sort of side story.
Right.
This is going somewhere. There's a point
Right.
to this.
He starts telling me how he really wished he would have got her number. And so then I start thinking it's a joke. Oh, he's just
Right.
joking. He was dead serious. Talking about some other chick wishing he would have got her number.
What?
Yeah.
That's really weird.
It's rude.
And disrespectful.
it was really
It's off-putting for sure.
right. But he still talked great to me. I wanted nice conversation, but then he said all that. So then I kind of felt, okay, am I being friend zoned? Is this not going to
Right.
work? What? And then I was just off put. I didn't want anything to do with him, right? So we kept talking. We had dinner. At the end of dinner, and we get in the car, I go to drive him home. He leans in to kiss me bye, and I just kind of said, I kind of scooted out of the way. So he like went to kiss, and I'm just like this. I wasn't rude about it, but I just kind of moved.
Yeah.
Because that's awkward, and you never know how to not do that. But he didn't like ask or like, it was just weird. So I did not let him kiss me.
No.
Well, he kind of got out of the car in a huff, right? So an hour later, he calls me. He didn't even, okay, this is too dark for me, girk. That's dark powder.
Oh,
Sorry.
I already poured it all out.
Sorry, but that's too dark. So he calls an hour later and he says, did you happen to find $100 bill in your car? And I said, no, but let me go look. So I still had him on the phone, and I went out to the car and I looked all around.
I wouldn't have even looked.
Well, I did, because I'm a nice girl, right?
Yeah,
so I looked everywhere around the car, and I said, nope, there's no money here. He said, well, look here and here. And I looked everywhere. I said, nope, there's no money here. And he said, well, whatever. You can just keep it if you're not going to be honest. And then he hung up on me.
You can just keep it then, Heather.
I didn't take his money.
What the hell, man?
Yeah, I didn't take his money. So at that point, I didn't even block him. I didn't need to, because he never called me again. I thought I was a thief. Either that or that was just an excuse to call. I don't know.
That's
But, I mean,
weird,
it seemed
though.
pretty. He seemed pretty upset about it. So
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
So is this what we do for our faces? Is
that's
this
what I
good?
use. Don't
Is
isn't
this
that
our
what you
face?
usually do?
No. I usually just throw some foundation on and a little bit of concealer and call it a day.
Well, this is what I do.
This is nice. I like this. Maybe I need to start spending a little more time on my face.
So this is if you were going to do like a contour, you'd do that next. Otherwise, in here in a second, you just take your brush and smooth it all out, and you're good to go.
Awesome.
Yay!
Well, anyway, we're glad you guys joined us for today. We'll be back with another video. We're going to do round 2, and we're going to do eyes with this look. So we'll be back here in a little bit for the second half of this episode. In the meantime, we hope you have good makeup, good dates, and good vibes.
Bye.
Bye.